Ohio State basketball team mishandled a key opportunity for growth.
You are Locked On Buckeyes, your daily podcast on the Ohio State Buckeyes. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome in, Buckeye fans, to a bonus episode of Locked On Buckeyes, which is your daily Ohio State podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm your host, Jay Stevens, also the host of the Jay Stevens Podcast. And during this hardwood huddle, we will get a lot off our chest about Ohio State's basketball team declining an invite to the college basketball crown, which results in the season being over. One of the beautiful things about college basketball is there are multiple postseason tournaments. Yes, everybody wants to go to the big dance, but you have the NIT, and now you have the college basketball crown. All three of those are opportunities for teams to play in the postseason, for teams to play high-level competition, and ultimately win a trophy. But Ohio State has decided to decline an invite to the college basketball crown, and via some contractual obligations with them being in the Big Ten, when they decline an invite to that tournament, they are not able to play in anything else. So the Buckeyes basketball season is over. Yes, it didn't end the way anybody wanted it to at the end of the regular season, going into the Big Ten tournament, but you ultimately want to play ball. I mean, these cats are in college to play basketball. And by mishandling this opportunity, it hurts the team's opportunity to continue to grow and to build upon the chemistry the team can build for next season. Yes, you're in the 2024-2025 season. That's correct. But a lot of the guys on this team right now can be on the team next year, and a lot of them will be on the team next year. But right now, you're just saying, no, we're not doing it. We're going to close up shop and going home for the season and say, there's always next year. Man, I'm a Cubs fan. We've been saying that thing for a long time. All of a sudden, 2016 happens. Sorry, Indians fans or Guardians fans now. The Cubs won the World Series, and it wasn't there's always next year. It's this is the year. But now it's 2025, going into a new year, and we're back again saying it's always next year. That's what Buckeyes basketball fans are saying right now, was you missed the NCAA tournament. There's no postseason play once again. There's always next year. You don't want to say that. And that shouldn't sit well with you. I mentioned this earlier on Sunday, reacting to Ohio State not getting a spot in the big dance. I think they should have gotten a spot in the big dance based off the metrics. Regardless of what my eyeballs tell me, the metrics that the committee uses say that Ohio State should be in, but they're not. When you look at the field that's in the college basketball crown, I don't know who Ohio State would have bumped out, but you see there are a lot of teams in the college basketball crown that Ohio State could have played. It's a new tournament. It's ran by Fox. The whole thing's in Vegas. A lot of the games are played at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, with the semifinal and the final being played at T-Mobile Arena, which is a larger stadium there in Vegas. But you got Butler playing Utah, and Nebraska playing Arizona State, and Georgetown playing Washington State, and Cincinnati playing DePaul, I believe that is. And you're going to have UCF playing Oregon State. I mean, I'm just naming these schools off. USC playing Tulane. As odd of a year that the basketball team had on the men's side and on the hardwood for the Buckeyes, Ohio State can make some noise in this tournament. And at the end of the day, they could make it to the quarterfinal or even the semifinal, and that's a great way to cap off a very abnormal year. But by mishandling this opportunity, you're not only hurting yourself for next year, it's just really putting a bad, sour taste in your mouth for this year. And it makes me just sit here and wonder, why did things end the way they did? And whose decision was it? I have never been a fan of teams declining an invite to play in a postseason tournament. I understand you don't make the big dance. Cool. Nothing's going to happen. You're not going to play. I get that. But to say no to the NIT or no to the college basketball crown or the college basketball invitational, which was a thing at one point, I'm unsure if it's still a thing, that just seems weird. You should always want to play more. You should always want to put your team and even yourself as a coach in a situation to get better and to grow. But for some reason right now, guys like Bruce Thornton and guys like John Mobley Jr. and Devin Royal and Sean Stewart, and Aaron Bradshaw and Evan Mahaffey and others, where they could continue to play and to end on a more positive note than the sour note that they ended the season on, you're saying, no, we're not going to do that. Seems like a big miss. I mean, a bigger miss than any of the misses the Buckeyes had this year, because this opportunity was not only a way to have a positive twist on the end of this year, but could help you going into next year. Well, thinking about how it could help the team going into next year, I'll dive into how this decision and dive deeper into why it could hurt the Buckeyes next year. The Armada Team of the Week is brought to you by our friends at Nissan and the all-new 2025 Nissan Armada. Each week, our Locked On College basketball experts are picking one team that stands apart. From top-seeded stars to the unexpected upsets, these guys showcase the strength and sheer power needed to push their team forward. This week's Armada and clear-cut Team of the Week is the Florida Gators. The Gators, led by Walter Clayton, 17 points a game, just dominated the SEC tournament, winning each game by at least 9 points. Not only did Florida grab the 4th 1 seed, but they are the nation's most efficient offense. When it comes to the Nissan Armada, they say go forth and conquer, and that's exactly what the Florida Gators have done here. It's clear that our Team of the Week is out here ready to conquer the road ahead with confidence, just like you can in the all-new Nissan Armada or any of Nissan's outstanding vehicles. Take the Nissan Armada, Rogue, or Pathfinder and go find your next big adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. This episode is brought to you by Upwork. Scaling your business requires the right expertise at the right time. With Upwork, you can find specialized freelancers in marketing, development, design, and more. Experts ready to help you take your business to the next level. Upwork gives businesses flexibility by connecting them with top freelance talent across multiple industries, including IT, AI, web development, and marketing. Whether you need extra hands for a project or a long-term partner, Upwork makes hiring simple and affordable. If you need help with a marketing campaign, Upwork can connect you with a freelance expert who delivered incredible results. Instead of hiring full-time, Upwork helps find affordable, top-tier freelancers to scale my business efficiently. Visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That's UPWORK.com, Upwork.com, to connect with top talent and grow your business today. Thank y'all for making this bonus episode of Locked On Buckeyes a part of your day. I hope you caught the normal Tuesday pod, discussing things going on after the first day of spring practice. And with this news about the basketball team, it might lower your mood. But also, this decision could lead to something a little bit positive. We'll get there in a second because I got to really work my brain to get there. Because when I think about you dodging and mishandling an opportunity to play postseason basketball, it's not just the postseason basketball in the season you're impacting. It's also hurting your chances for next year, because there's a lot of guys that might still want to play Buckeye basketball this year. But by saying no to this, that may say this might not be the place I want to be, because I had an opportunity, I would have had an opportunity to win a trophy at the end of the day. And I get it. 17-15. You lose 5 of your last 7 games. That is unfortunate. That's not good for anybody on the basketball program. So, no, I get that part sucks and it stings and it makes you want to throw in the towel and say, I'm never playing for this team again for some of you. But however, there are some guys out there that might be thinking, well, the portal opens up soon. And I might want to go into the portal. And I might want to be one of the Buckeyes that is not here next year. The portal opens up on March 24th. That's weird to me. I mean, literally, the Monday after the first round, in the first and second round of the NCAA tournament concludes, you're saying the portal opens up? Oh, my gosh. Imagine you being a team that makes it to the Sweet 16 or Elite 8. All of a sudden, you get word that your starting point guard or your backup point guard, who's your sixth man, is going to go to the portal. Wait. So the same thing that happened in football, it's happening in basketball. Just now, it's not happening before the postseason play begins. It's opening after the first weekend of the biggest tournament of the year concludes. Who in their right mind is making these decisions? Because it can't be somebody that's in their right mind. I know what I said there, in the right mind, but it's clearly you're not in your right mind. Once again, collegiate athletics can help the players out and help the coaches out by putting the portal after the season is over. It's not that hard. You're literally waiting until, what would it be, April 7th or April 8th to open the portal? Yeah, you say it might hurt us a little bit. You're not having the same issue as football, where football you're running into the new semester starting and guys needed to get enrolled. All of a sudden in basketball, you're nearing the end of the semester. And so by putting it at the end of the basketball season, cats can still graduate in that school they're currently at. It'll allow coaches and players to get a better handle on the current ball they're playing. It just makes a whole lot more sense to put this thing after the season concludes. But collegiate athletics that's a sport, or those are sports that are ran by people that sometimes don't think about the best thing for the people they're over. Now, the one thing about the positive thing about not playing in the postseason, I'm going to try to be positive at the end of the show, because the basketball team has put me in a really weird spot, and it's really annoyed me a lot of times I watch them play the basketball. It does allow players a little bit of time to think about their next move. Do they want to be at Ohio State next year? Do they want to go to the portal? Where do they want to go? Maybe they want to be somebody that goes overseas and plays basketball there professionally before potentially trying to go and play in the G League or the NBA back here in America. I have no idea. It also allows players to rest their bodies. So not only thinking about their next move, but also allows you to get off your feet and rest a little bit. Soak your feet up, get in the ice bath and the sauna, the steam room, and get that massage and get that extra treatment that you can't get during the season because things are happening so quickly. I get that. So it does help you to end things a little bit earlier for your body. It helps your brain out as you're nearing finals. And now it's a little bit of time between now and finals even starting, but maybe you're trying to figure out things with your own relationship that are personal. There's a lot of stuff going on. With Ohio State not playing in the postseason, that can be a positive. But ultimately, it's a big, big miss. This team, like others, should not have declined an invite to play in a postseason tournament. You're not Indiana, where the Hoosiers are getting rid of their coach, and by them declining an invite to play in a postseason tournament, it allows them to start their coaching search earlier. It's not you. Jake Diebler's not getting fired. As frustrated as some of you are with him, that ain't going to happen, at least not right now. But what could happen is the Buckeyes playing in the postseason, but they mishandled this opportunity just like they mishandled numerous opportunities during the regular season to win and solidify their spot in the NCAA tournament. It didn't happen. And right now, Ohio State, like other teams, are trying to pick up the pieces and figure out what they can do so this doesn't happen next season. Thank y'all for tapping Locked On Buckeyes and making this show a part of your day. Make sure y'all check out Locked On College Basketball, because that's the place to go to get all of the info, what's going on with the brackets, and trying to make sure you have a perfect bracket. And Andy Patton and Isaac Shade, they are the two individuals that'll help you make sure your bracket is exactly the way you want it to be. You can find both shows on the YouTube or wherever you get your fine podcasts. You can follow me on social media or on any platform at jstevens07. Send every email to jstevens317 at gmail.com. We're out of here on a Tuesday, y'all. We'll see you next time.